We can now speak to Massameh Ebtekar, who was a vice president in the Iranian cabinet in 2021. Thank you very much indeed for joining us this morning. Isn't Iran responsible for escalation by attacking Israel, funding Hezbollah and Hamas, which have both repeatedly attacked Israel?
Well, we have to look at the history of this region. This region was a calm region, a peace-loving region, people from different backgrounds, different religions, they're living together in all different countries in this region. But something happened. Something happened in 1948, and the creation of a state where, for its existence, it had to expel the local community, the indigenous people there. And then we had refugees, we had thousands of people being expelled from their homes, and then insecurity, instability ensued. It's not something that we just look at the recent events and analyze it. It's something that we have to look at the history.
And history cannot disappear, but yet we must talk about what is happening now. And Hezbollah, Hamas, both considered terror groups by many governments around the world, are being funded by Iran. And this week, your supreme leader said that Israel should be annihilated. So surely you must admit Iran bears some responsibility for what's going on.
It's our definition of what terrorism is. If a nation is legitimately defending its home, defending its existence, defending its security, it's not a terrorist, it's a resistance group. And this is where we have to make our definitions clear. We can't use double standards. We can't apply international regulations and norms whenever we like. But when a state like Israel has been undermining every single convention, every single international norm has been undermined in the past year by the Zionist entity. They have done everything which is contrary to the Human Rights Charter, to the Geneva Conventions. They have done everything.
What about the activities of Hamas and Hezbollah? 12 months ago, Hamas killed more than 1,000 Israelis. They took more than 200 people hostage. Are you suggesting those actions were legitimate?
It didn't start on October 7th. Everyone knows that. It started way before.
That's not my question. I'm asking you if you would justify those appalling attacks where more than 1,000 people were killed by Hamas, more than 200 hostages were taken. Can you justify those activities?
Nobody justifies civilian deaths. But when it happens at the scale that it has happened in the past year against the people of Gaza, and now just in the past week against the people of Lebanon, we have over 2,000 civilians killed in Lebanon only in the past week. This is what we're speaking about. A nation, all the nations in this region, they are legitimately defending themselves. They're defending their independence, their integrity. They're defending their right to live.
There are many people in your own country who are appalled by the actions of the Iranian regime, which is not a democracy, which locks up people who disagree with them. How can you be telling other countries?
Exactly. A lot of people are now demanding a serious change in the policies of Western governments. We saw yesterday was a national day of protest against the policies against the Palestinian people, and tens of thousands of people were marching in the US and many countries in Europe, including the UK. People are protesting. They're not satisfied with the policies of their government, and the solution is clear. If they
I think we've just lost the line to Tehran there, but that was us speaking to Massameh Ebtekar. Thank you very much indeed for joining us this morning. So a glimpse of the thinking of Iranian politicians who are involved in funding, as we know, Hezbollah and Hamas, who are considered terror groups by many governments around the world, but interesting to hear the view from Iran.